It's Week 10 of the NFL, and this one features the Steamers' star running back. He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Steamers and the Riverhawks on EA Sports.
Now from the host city of so many Pro Bowls, we're on the island of Oahu in the capital city of Honolulu, Hawaii. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from Hawaii. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now a first carry here for their running back. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Page got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Operating from the gun, Page. Well, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Partner, a lot of people think the tight end's a safety valve position, but I think in situations like this, he's often a primary receiver, and they missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, missed an opportunity indeed to pick up the first. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Hands it off out of the gun. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. But now he appears to be in some pain. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Riverhogs are on the board first here this afternoon. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
Throwing to start the drive. Staley over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A first carry now for Thompson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Operating from the gun. Staley over the middle, complete. That's Jackson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago. So a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there. And they get the first down.
That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. From the 46, here's a 2nd down and 4. Looking to throw. Staley can't get away, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball over the top.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The River Hogs offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. Here's 2nd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. On second down, they'll run it here. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
And on now is the punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Steamers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as you see on the graphic, he's right up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing touchdowns. Currently 2nd in the NFL at this point of the season. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Staley. He's got Thompson here, complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Staley. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 11. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses. Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
There, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Throwing to start the drive. Page. He finds his man. Complete. That's McGee. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
At the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. Page. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's good for a gain of 6, and now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Again, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. He's going to try and take off with it. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Tackle back at the 33-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Page. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. With a Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Operating from the gun, Page. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's McGee. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Operating from the gun, Page. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a 1st down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long. I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. Off play action. Staley. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Thompson between the tackles. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Here's 2nd and 8. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there, first down. They give it here to Thompson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd and 10. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's caught by Jackson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw. Staley. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd down in the yard. And they'll send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 1. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hand off to Thompson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking to throw. Staley bringing it in. Jackson left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Staley. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. And they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Off the play fake. Page. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Off play action. Page. He finds his man. Complete. It's McGee. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football. And that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on first and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Back to throw. Staley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Looking to throw. Staley firing quickly here, and that's complete. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. Fourth and goal.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun. Page. He finds his man. Complete. It's Perez. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Off the play fake. Page. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Under pressure, and down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coach, I'd always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Off play action. Staley. Wide open receiver complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. Off the play fake. Staley. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Back to throw. Staley. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. On the carry, Thompson. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Staley. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Honolulu offense making its return to the field now. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Throwing to start the drive. Page. Looking middle, and that's complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Steps away to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Page. Able to get, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Here now, 3rd down. Back to throw. Page. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Time becoming a factor, down 2 scores, though they have 2 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He finds his man complete. It's Perez. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back to throw now on first down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Operating from the gun, Page. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
What can they come up with here? It's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Page. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Here we go, 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Page. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him. And then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Memphis, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Honolulu, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.